the heart of Kenya, where the waters of Lake Victoria gently kiss the land, lies a world steeped in legend and lore. Here, among the proud Luo people, a story has been passed down through generations. A tale of bravery, mystique, and the unyielding strength of a warrior named Luanda Magere. In this land of vibrant traditions and deep-rooted beliefs, where the drumbeats echo the heartbeat of the community, there lived a man unlike any other. His name was Luanda Magere. Luanda Magere, known to his people as the Lion of the Luo, was no ordinary man. His prowess in battle was unmatched, his strength legendary. It was said that his body was not of flesh and blood, but of solid stone, impervious to the spears and arrows of his enemies. But what truly set Luanda Magere apart was not just his physical might. It was the mystery that shrouded him, a secret so closely guarded that it became the stuff of legends, a secret that would one day shape his destiny and that of his people. From a young age, Luanda Magere was not like the other children. He was stronger, faster, and more resilient. As he grew, so did the tales of his extraordinary abilities. His training as a warrior was a spectacle to behold. Each spear he threw hit its mark with deadly precision. Each shield he wielded seemed an extension of his stone body. It wasn't long before he became the most revered warrior of the Luo.
They say Luanda Magere does not bleed, that his skin turns spears and arrows aside as if they were mere twigs.
Indeed, it is as if the gods themselves have crafted him from the rocks of our sacred hills.
The legend of Luanda Magere grew with each passing day. His name was whispered in awe and respect, not just among the Luo, but across the lands. His invincibility in battle became a source of pride for his people and a beacon of fear for their enemies. But with great power comes solitude. Luanda Magere, for all his might, bore the weight of his uniqueness. In his heart, he knew he was set apart from his kin, not just by strength, but by a secret that was his alone to bear. As time passed, Luanda Magere's fame spread far and wide. But the true test of his strength was yet to come. A conflict brewed on the horizon, one that would challenge not just his might, but the very essence of his legend. In the midst of peace, the drums of war began to beat. A long-standing rivalry between the Luo and their neighbors, the Nandi, had reignited. The Nandi, fierce and formidable in their own right, sought to expand their territory, bringing them into direct conflict with the Luo.
The Nandi grow bolder by the day. Their warriors have been seen near our borders.
Let them come. They will find the Luo ready. Our spears are sharp, our resolve unbroken.
Luanda Magere's confidence was infectious. His people looked to him not just as a warrior, but as a symbol of their unyielding spirit. As the day of the battle drew near, the air was thick with tension and anticipation. Luanda Magere stood at the forefront, a towering figure of stone and strength, ready to lead his people into the fray. The clash was fierce. Spears clashed against shields. Cries of battle filled the air. Yet amidst the chaos, Luanda Magere stood unassailable. His stone body repelled every strike, every arrow. With each swing of his spear, Nandi warriors fell.
He is not human. Our weapons cannot harm him.
We must find a way to defeat him, or we will never overcome the Luo.
As the Nandi retreated, a new plan began to form in their minds. A plan not of brute force, but of cunning and deceit. They would seek to uncover the secret of Luanda Magere's strength, a secret closely guarded within the heart of his own village. The victory was celebrated, but in the shadows of triumph, a new challenge was taking shape, one that would test Luanda Magere in ways he never imagined. In the heart of the Nandi territory, under the cloak of darkness, a plan was being hatched. The Nandi, having witnessed the futility of brute force against Luanda Magere, knew a different approach was needed.
We cannot defeat him in battle. His strength is beyond our understanding, but every man has a weakness, and we must find his.
He is not human. Our weapons cannot harm him.
We must look beyond the battlefield. We will send one of our own to his side, not as a warrior, but as a bride. She will learn his secret.
The plan was set. A young Nandi woman, known for her beauty and intelligence, was chosen. She was to become Luanda Magere's wife, to live among the Luo, earn his trust, and discover the source of his invincibility. Though her heart was heavy with the burden of deceit, she knew the survival of her people rested upon her shoulders. Her arrival was met with curiosity and cautious optimism. To the Luo, this union symbolized a possible end to the long-standing conflict. To Luanda Magere, she was a companion, unaware of the true intent behind her presence. As days turned to months, the Nandi woman became a part of the Luo community, living alongside Luanda Magere. She watched, she listened, and she waited, seeking the elusive truth behind his legendary strength. Every moment spent with Luanda Magere brought her closer to the secret she was sent to uncover. But with each passing day, the lines between duty and affection, deception and truth, began to blur. A turn of events unfolded in the village. Luanda Magere, the invincible warrior of the Luo, was struck down by illness. His first wife, who usually nursed him, was away, leaving him in a vulnerable state.
I need your help. There is a special way to administer my medicine. You must cut my shadow with this knife. It is the only way.
The Nandi wife, entrusted with such a critical task, approached with the medicine and knife in hand. Her movements were cautious, filled with a sense of unfamiliar ritual.
Oh my God, his shadow bleeds. This is his secret, the source of his strength.
In that moment, the truth was laid bare before her. The invincibility of Luanda Magere was tied to his shadow, a vulnerability none had known. As night fell, the weight of her discovery compelled her to act. Torn between her marital loyalty and her allegiance to her people, she chose the latter. Under the cloak of darkness, she fled to the Nandi, carrying the secret that could topple the legendary Luanda Magere. Her revelation would ignite the flames of war, a war that would test the very foundations of two great tribes. The Nandi wasted no time. With the newfound knowledge, they planned a final assault, one that would target the very heart of Luanda Magere's strength. As dawn broke, the Nandi woman watched the horizon, knowing that the coming battle would forever change the course of history. In her heart, a storm of emotions raged, loyalty to her people, sorrow for her betrayal, and an unspoken love for the man she had doomed. The day had come, a day that would be etched in the annals of history, a day of reckoning for Luanda Magere and his people. The Nandi, armed with the secret of his vulnerability, marched towards the Luo village, ready for battle. The Luo warriors, inspired by Luanda Magere's bravery, prepared to defend their home with fierce determination. The battle was intense, a maelstrom of violence and valor. Luanda Magere, in the heart of the fray, fought with the might of 1,000 men, but the Nandi had a weapon more potent than steel. They had knowledge. In a moment that seemed to freeze time itself, the spear found its mark. Luanda Magere's shadow was pierced, and with it, his invincibility shattered. As Luanda Magere fell, a great cry rose from the Luo warriors. Their unbreakable stone, their symbol of invincibility, had been defeated. In his final moments, Luanda Magere became one with the land he had defended so fiercely. His body turned to stone, an eternal testament to his strength and sacrifice. The legend of Luanda Magere lived on, not as a tale of invincibility, but as a reminder of the fragility of trust and the price of betrayal. He became a symbol, a lesson to be passed down through generations. The dust of battle had settled, and a somber calm had descended upon the Luo village. The warriors, once led by the indomitable Luanda Magere, now grappled with the reality of his absence. The stone figure of Luanda Magere stood at the heart of the village, a silent guardian. It was more than a memorial. It was a symbol of the enduring spirit of their hero, a reminder of his strength and the consequences of trust betrayed. The story of Luanda Magere was passed down through the generations. It became a tale of caution and wisdom, a narrative woven into the fabric of Luo culture. The Nandi woman, forever marked by her role in the legend, lived her days in the shadow of her actions. Her heart carried the burden of her choice, a poignant reminder of the fine line between duty and morality. As the sun sets on the Luo village, the shadow of Luanda Magere stretches across the land, a silent sentinel. His story, etched in stone and memory, continues to echo through time, a legend never to be forgotten.